Welcome back to the next part of Monster Hunter Stories 3. And now, if you remember from last part, we finally found a clue about Tamara. And we'll continue with that clue as soon as I investigate this little pocket here that I just found. Hopefully it doesn't lead to anywhere. Oh wait. Oh. Okay, so we can't go there yet. You could have put a huge folder, but okay, whatever. And yeah, I got a vital essence. Kinda late there, don't you think? But yeah, sure, whatever. Let's continue. Or maybe I got the vital essence early, I don't know. Your guys' homes looks cozy. I'm depressed. Jesus Christ.
Here we are. I am this village's elder, Casimiro. My sight has almost completely left my eyes. I mistook you for someone earlier. Please forgive me.
No, think nothing of it. But who is this Chris?
A child of this village. He left with Amara and the Skyscale Rathalos 10 years ago. If memory serves, assuming he survived, I do believe he'd be about your age by now. He was a kind-hearted boy with gentle amber eyes. Are you a friend of Chris's, perhaps?
No, I'm not.
I see.
Please, Elder, tell me anything you can about my mother. What brought her to your village?
Perhaps the Skyscale Rathalos appearance was some sort of kismet. Very well. I shall spin you a tale. A tale 10 years past.
You're a great runner, aren't you? Yeah? Show me. Hurry!
What are you waiting for? Come on! Chris!
Elder, no!
Don't move! Something's coming!
Are you okay? Crystal?
A Skyscale? That was when Amara arrived. Though she felt she was too late.
Thank you for saving our village.
Why is a rider in our midst?
I followed a monster here. You all saw too, didn't you? That elder dragon surrounded by mist.
Dragon?
An elder dragon!
It's the hell they faced 200 years ago all over again.
And Skyscale Rathalos, no less. What did we do to deserve this?
Quiet down, the lot of you! And as for you, why are you... Amara told me how she crossed the meridian in order to solve the mystery of crystallization. Your mother learned of the Elder Dragon, and then, eventually, the origins of this village and the stigma against riders.
Not gonna lie, I kinda thought it was still going through the whole cutscene part. But yeah, oh my god, that thing is humongous! It also kind of reminds me of... I don't know the name, but there was an Elder Dragon, I think, in Monster Hunter Online that kind of looks like it, like it's a giant... How am I gonna describe it? I'm gonna put an image here for you guys, but it's like a giant red turtle with flippers with Ukanos' chin that flies. At least I think it's red. It could also be brownish red. I'm not sure. But it's something like that.
Then there really is a connection.
We have passed down the parable of the transgressors for quite some time.
So I'm assuming those up there are the Rathalos, the Skyscale Rathalos. An army of Rathalos there, right? What the heck is that supposed to be like? Supposed to be Lunagaron? Huh.
200 years ago, our ancestors made the gravest of errors.
Agreed. One side is using normal Rathalos while the other is using Azure Rathalos. Of course the Azure Rathalos gonna win. We're supposedly a more powerful version of Rathalos.
Instead of forging bonds of trust with their monsties, they chose to weaponize them.
These depictions, they resemble the battle home to Vermeil.
Both sides bound their monsters, and the war came to a stalemate. It was then that Ancient arrived.
This is freaking ancient. Oh my god. He looks like something you see in a freaking Final Fantasy game.
Ancient?
Yet the beast as it appeared was nothing like the sentinel the people were familiar with. Something was awry. It consumed the bound monsters, then began to crystallize everything around it. And among those battle-bound monsters were a pair of twin Skyscale Rathalos. The incorrigible fools turned those Rathalos on Ancient. They charged into the Elder Dragon, stopping it in its tracks.
Then the Rathalos were the ones who defeated Ancient?
I wouldn't say defeated, more they relocated it.
It's more accurate to say they halted its activity.
Yeah, close enough.
Ancient then emitted a mist that settled over the sacrosanctum. The castle uninhabitable. The people were forced from their homeland.
Our ancestors pitted the Rathalos against the Sentinel. That's why twin Skyscales have their reputation.
Of being a disaster? Or for being powerful? Because if it's the first one, no, that's 100% the human's fault for doing that. The powerful part, maybe. We still haven't seen everything these guys can do.
It is indeed.
All of the blame here lies with humanity. The monsters did nothing wrong.
Yes, what she said.
You speak truly. After the researchers fled, they found themselves in this very village.
What researchers? The heck?
They cast off their old identities, buried their battle binding, all in the hope that they would never transgress again. But 10 years ago, Ancient appeared once again, turning our home to stone, as if to punish us for our ancestral sins.
Is there any way to stop Ancient?
None of that has been passed down to us. There is only one thing I am certain of. Feral monsters are descendants of the Battlebound.
How does that work exactly?
The descendants?
I am afraid so. The transgressions of our ancestors continue to haunt us, even 2 centuries on.
Hey, just one question. 10 years ago, when the Scriveners came, you kept this village's secret under wraps. Why give up the goods now?
The curse of the crystal spreads through my body. This may be my final opportunity to share our history.
Yeah, but shouldn't the other people in the village also know this, or at least the next chief?
We heard about crystallysis. You've been stricken by this illness as well?
This crystallysis is no disease. It arises from an exposure to Ancient's assault. The crystal spreads, slowly but tenaciously, until there is nothing left. Most of us villagers will crystallize until our last breaths.
That is horrifying.
Can anything be done?
Like the elder dragon that spreads it, crystallysis cannot be stopped or reversed.
While I understand your point, desperation, and maybe you are right in the second part, the first one not so much. Again, in this world, if we hack it, pierce it, and smash it long enough, we can kill it.
How awful.
This is our lot in life. Just desserts for our transgressions.
Mind you, I would kind of agree with you, except no, you're their ancestors. You literally did nothing wrong. It's not as if you can choose to be born, not as if you chose to be born, as descendants of those guys.
There's nothing I can say. But there must be something we can do. I refuse to sit idly by. If we could just pin down Ancient's habitat.
Amara, too, sought such knowledge in the Sacrosanctum.
She went to the Sacrosanctum?
It was near there that she located Ancient's den.
Does it mean you can have a Asian baby egg?
She claimed that there was some sort of connection between its habitat and crystallization. Chris accompanied her, despite our protests. He was obsessed with finding a cure. He has not returned.
I'm gonna be honest, we kind of already know who Chris is. Just that I forgot his name in the beginning. He's the princess' best friend that apparently, was kind of conspiring against Azuria.
Your Highness?
I say we go. To the Sacrosanctum.
You would follow their path?
Thank you for sharing your wisdom.
The knowledge of battle binding. Has it found its way back to the outside world?
The outside world? Why would it?
Vermeil has learned to enhance its monsties. It feels worryingly similar to your description of battle binding.
Scant few know of battle binding, and they are all in this village. Only one who left this place would be able to share the knowledge.
So Chris did it.
Chris is the only one to have ever departed. 10 years ago, he was a boy of 9. To share that information... No, it's impossible.
So the prince is 19, good to know.
That doesn't sound like your Chris to me.
You... know our Chris?
Your Highness.
No, he just reminds me of a very good friend. So, I have faith in him.
I do hope you're right.
Guess we're setting course for the Sacrosanctum. Are you sure, though? Like, really sure?
We don't have much of an option, Corbin. We kind of have to progress the story.
Isn't that one of the few places we're not supposed to go?
Hey, true, but then again, you guys are adventurers. Clear a sense of fun, of exploration, of adventuring. Come on, let's go.
If we want to learn about Ancient, this is what we have to do.
Yeah, that's what I figured you were gonna say. Here's the thing, though. My job is to take you back to Enna. Besides, you're gonna need to do a lot of prep work before you get to where you're going.
He does have a point there.
You're right. I have to finish my conversation with Enna anyway. After that, though, we set off.
Uh-huh.
So, that reminds me, I'll take care of this thing later. Oh yeah, so many thing. What? What thing? What are you guys planning? I don't like it. I could explore this in term. Yes, okay, there's this part here, but there's one of those where I'm gonna have to explore later. Yeah, let's go to... No, Tarquan. Galliad. We better hustle over to Miss Anna's place. I gotta do something I want her to hear. Those Remedians must have some kind of connection to Gallia. I saw a rider over by the guild that looks really suspicious. I too saw somebody I recognize in the city. If this is Clarissa's we were talking about, I managed to secure a route to the Sacrosanctum in order to force her way in. We better get a move on before they get ahead of us. Perhaps we should solicit help from the students as well. But let's go, move it! Why is there no actual Catavenacin or fast travel to the stable? Man, you technically don't need it because, you know, it's also very close by, but still.
I see you've learned of your ancestors' transgressions.
I have. Monsters were exploited and set upon the battlefield to win wars. Thinking about it puts a pit in my stomach. These actions created feral monsters, which in turn destroyed ecosystems. We have to accept these transgressions, and as riders, it's our responsibility to right these wrongs, so that we might create a world fit for human and monster alike.
Couldn't have put it better myself, Prince. Problem is, we've still got no clue why Sentinel turned into a mist-farting menace.
The Scriveners have conducted their own investigation into just that, but we don't have any insight into its changed behavior either.
I don't blame Ancient for being mad. Cutting ties with their monsties? Turning living beings into weapons? How dare people like that call themselves riders?
Do you think His Majesty knew about these transgressors and just decided to keep his mouth shut?
Most definitely.
Inconceivable! Take back that outrageous claim, you disrespectful degenerate!
Unpop them claws of yours. Top priority here's figuring out Ancient's habitat, if you remember.
Miss Anna, we're planning on heading for the Sacrosanctum, with the intent of finding Ancient's den.
It may be a futile effort. The Scriveners have already scoured the area, to no avail.
True, maybe. But there's one thing that you're forgetting, my dear Anna. We have monsties. They can do a lot more than you humans can. Or Iverians.
We want to see for ourselves. And not many are better at tracking down a den than we are. In fact, our ranger duties have seen us turn up our fair share of endangered species dens. Would you consider allowing us access to the Sacrosanctum?
I understand your reasoning, and your eagerness. Nevertheless, I cannot allow you access at this time.
Why not?
May I ask why not?
You've got to pass through monster territory, and we're smack dab in the middle of sandstorm season. Better to wait till it's safe.
There's a sandstorm season? The hell?
Exactly how long of a wait are we talking here?
1, 2 years, maybe?
Let's see. The sandstorm should settle down in about a month?
Same. Close enough to what I said.
A whole month? Are you kidding?
We don't have that long. Vermeil, my homeland, is making headway into battle-binding research as we speak.
What? Are you certain of this?
I am. I thought it was merely to bolster our forces, but given the connection to Ancient, they may be planning something far worse. If we can track down Ancient's habitat and find a way to stop the encroachment, my sister, Her Majesty, might hear me out.
Mind you, that's probably what's gonna happen. Well, not like this, more like the sister's gonna have we're gonna make up, yada yada, best friends. Cool. But is there not a way to say that I kinda want your sister to be a bit of a prick and not do that and just, she discovered that she liked having power and that she wants more and more of it?
I beseech you, let us pass!
Then you would forge ahead, in spite of the dangers.
And technically speaking, we don't need to ask the Scrivener's permission, because it's not as if you guys own that piece of land. We're just more inform you of what we're gonna do, because that is in the case that you guys need us.
Miss Anna.
Long ago, I set off on an adventure with my dear friends. Back then, I was the one who dragged them all along.
I remember that. Good times.
What sort of hypocrite would I be if I tried to stop you?
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I did not expect this to be the direction they were going with it, but yeah, sure. Because people love being hypocrites.
Does that mean...
But then again, she's not a person, she's a Wyverian, and they live far longer and are closer to nature, and are supposedly wiser than us. Mostly because of the age thing, so yeah, okay.
You have my blessing. Go forth.
Yay!
Thank you very much.
Looks like old Corbin's playing tour guide again.
Would you?
I actually have another task for Corbin, so I'm afraid you're going to have to make your own way this time.
Oh, do you now?
Make sure that you're ready, will you? And please, stay safe out there. You be careful.
So now...
This might advance our research.
Jesus Christ. Ugh.
Thank you.
I'm gonna be honest. I kind of heard that Asian was a whale. Cool. I kind of expected him to be, somewhat biggish. I was not expecting him to be that massive. Nor was I expecting most of what we heard here. Mind you, I know that kingdoms probably went to war, that's what divided them. Nice. I just was not expecting that the cool armor that they were putting on them was actually to weaponize them. Jesus. And no, those guys weren't riders. They were warmongers. Jesus Christ. Anyways, guys, that's where I'm gonna end this part. Thank you all very much for watching. Till next time. Bye-bye.